The other day, somebody was breaking into cars, and it was probably like 12 in the night, and I was chilling in my room, chilling, like watching a movie. Then my niece calls me, and less normal, she always calls me. So she called me, and then she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm watching a movie, and she's like, "Somebody just rang my doorbell," and I'm like, and I was trying to think, like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, yeah, that can't be random. It's 12 at night. So who comes at nighttime? Nobody, right? But I always try to like tell her things to like, so she's not scared. And then she's like, I think my mom's awake. And then she was awake, which is my sister. And then she was looking at the cameras and she's like, and then they started seeing flashlights in their backyard. So she got hella scared. And then my sister was like, this cops that are searching my backyard. And I'm like, what the heck? Why are they searching your backyard? That didn't make any sense. And she started like rewinding the video. And there was a dude, I guess, who like went to the side of her house and dropped his bike down and then went and got into her car and was searching it. And like he stole like some quarters. She had a good amount of quarters in there. She said she had like 20, 30 bucks of quarters. I'm like, who heck keeps 20, 30 bucks of quarters? Especially leaves them in the car. But the dude took them and she was checking the cameras because the police checked probably like 5-6 minutes. They didn't find nothing and then they left, I'm assuming, to continue searching for him. And my sister was checking the cameras and she seen that he got in his car, and in the camera she seen that he never got out. She didn't see like him get out. So she's like, oh hell no, like what if he's in my car? And he was hiding from the cops in my car. The cops didn't check the car. I was like, why wouldn't they check the car? So she's like, I'm gonna lock it. And she locks the car. And I'm like, I don't know if that was a smart move. I mean, but I guess like she's like, oh well, if the only way he's gonna get out, he's gonna break the window. I was like, no, he's not. He can just open it. He's in the inside. And but she's, I don't know. So she locked it. And then she's like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I don't think he's in there. I was telling her, I don't think he's in there no more. So she ended up calling the cops and telling them, hey, we need to can you send somebody to check my vehicle? Because I checked my cameras. There was somebody going through the cars and the person got in and I could see that he got in, but I never seen that he left. So she's like, can you send someone? And someone came, did like quick search real quick, like half-assed, and then just left. There was no contact as far as like with my sister, nothing. And then my sister was like, oh, he didn't check good. So she's like, I'm still not comfortable. So then like she waited a little bit and then she called again. And then this time they came with like 3 or 4 officers. And she's like, she told them, I'm gonna open the car so they can search it. So they searched it all clean through. But I'm like, I was hella surprised that dude was willing to go through cars in that area, because that area is a busy ass road. Like you would never think somebody would choose that. I'm like, that's hella unwise. There's other neighborhoods.
And there's a lot of white guys over there. Like people like that neighborhood is like a better neighborhood in Saginaw. So there's gonna be cops patrolling.
Yeah, because they were there pretty quick though. They almost got his ass. I don't even know how he escaped. He was a big dude. But it turns out that, from what I know, the neighbor, because my sister seen on the camera that the neighbor had came out and flashed the light. She's like, what the heck? And she didn't know what happened until she talked to them. And they said that the neighbor's husband went outside. I don't know if he seen shit from his cameras or what, but he went outside and he pointed a light at him and it was like, hey, And then the dude, once he yelled at him, he I don't know if he panicked, but he ran. And he kicked at her fence because it was like old wood. He kicked it and broke it and then ran through there and supposedly jumped the gate from the backyard. and then took off and started jumping houses and stuff. I don't think they found him. So he's on the loose.
The change he took was like, Teddy said it was more than $70 or like $30. It was a change for she had it so that she can restock the register.
Yeah.
So it was a good amount of shit. And I mean, in quarters and dimes and whatever the fuck. That dude probably picked up the changes like, hell yeah.
He's like,
we getting drunk tonight.
$30, 40 maybe.
We hitting cash machine for show, like that.
I'm like, I just think like I don't. It's not. It's just. It seems like a dumbass crime.
It's weird, huh? Like it seems not real.
There's better shit to do.
When I heard that,
When I think of crime up there, like there's better shit to do to get money. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, but some people don't think that.
Instead of just going through cars, especially in today's age where everybody got cameras and rings.
Yeah,
like how many times have we seen? My sister has a ring, and the ring has an app, and the app. I don't know if it's like a community thing where people join and advise other neighbors or people in the neighborhood automatically. So if somebody posts something, it will like pop up. If you're in the area, it will pop up almost as a notification telling you. And they'll say, watch out because there's somebody going through cars or something like that. So nowadays doing something like that, and then what are you going to make really?
Yeah, but you only need one car, one laptop, one iPad, one something.
Yeah, but how many people got laptops in the car?
You'd be surprised what
and
people
how many
leave in
you
there.
have to go through there.
People leave their keys in there. People leave their wallets in there. Their purses in there. People do that shit because they feel like their neighborhood is safe. Especially the better neighborhoods. You will never find shit in the hood.
I always lock the car. I don't know. Maybe it's like stock and shit. I double lock it sometimes. I hear the tit and I still hit it again. Tit. It's
extra safe.
It's just a habit of mine. I lock everything.
Make sure that shit.
And sometimes, a lot of times before I go to bed too, I check the house. And a lot of times that shit be open. I'm like, what the? I was surprised a couple times because it seems like normally we're pretty good at locking the doors. But recently it seems like I don't know what's been going on. It's been a couple of nights where I'm like, I walk around and some doors are wide open.
Unlocked, you mean?
Yeah, like unlocked. And one door wide open from the back, the white one. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Like if somebody wanted to come in, they'd just walk right in. And we have a good ass setup of locks of doors, multiple doors. Maybe that's why we forget, but I make sure to lock that shit at nighttime.
I wonder what he made off with in the
that
night.
Day.
It must be profitable enough for the guy to keep doing it.
I think you're trying to apply like reason, but I think it's just there's dumbasses out there who do that shit for $10. And then what? Like, what would that fall under? Like, what crime rate? Like, is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
No, I think it would be a misdemeanor, some type of like. Yeah, I think theft is a misdemeanor.
I know theft at a certain level is a misdemeanor. It goes to a felony.
Yeah, if you're stealing some crazy shit, guns or some shit like that.
So if you go through people's cars, it's not a felony?
I don't think so.
It's a misdemeanor.
Even breaking people's shit. Like breaking and entering, that's felony. Like if you're coming into someone's house.
You break something in the way?
No, like if you just break in. That's a felony. I'm pretty sure. I think breaking into somebody's car. Like in Texas, people see that shit, they'll shoot your ass.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Even if he's on the park? Like I'm not in the park. I mean the
parking lot? In your driveway?
Yeah, in your driveway or on the sidelines?
I think it's fine. So if it's your property, it says you could defend your property or yourself. Some shit like that.
Well, it's because it's never been a smart move to go outside. Like if somebody like they asked me like because I'm a gun owner, so they're like, well, what would you do? Right? Well, my niece asked me, would you go out there? I'm like, no, it's just not smart. Like because it's like at this point, what am I trying to do? Like well, especially because I don't have nothing in the car.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Who cares? We
And
take
if I
whatever
go
we want.
out there, as soon as if he gives me any confrontation or like that, I'm gonna shoot him. It's not good. So why am I gonna go out there and kill him for? Nah, it's fine as long as you don't come into the house. Like, go ahead, whatever.
I would fuck with him though. I would open the window and say,
Oh yeah, I'd probably yell at him or something.
And I wouldn't even. I mean, I would do weird.
Put the
shit.
paintball gun out.
I would do weird.
Hit him
things.
with a pellet.
Yeah, I would tell him, if you want something to eat.
What the heck?
Hey, look under me. Like, hey, I think there's some change.
Yeah.
And I dropped $1 underneath the seat one
tell
time.
him, hey, don't steal my shit. What you want? I got some hot Cheetos for you. You hungry, bitch, or what? Leave my shit alone.
Nah, I'll root for him. I'll be like, look behind the seat.
I think I left some shit back there.
Yeah. I dropped $1 back there one time, could never find it. I'll open it up, open the trunk up, I clean it out. I'll give you, wash it while you're out there.
And yeah, my niece after that, like these past couple of days, I could tell she's still scared. And I mean, that's normal. She's gonna be scared. But it made me think about Stockton because I remember shit happening in Stockton and like me being scared but getting over it quickly. And I don't know if it's because maybe like shit more often happened over there. Like I remember seeing flashlights in my window too. And I don't remember who that was. From the side. You know how we used to have like a little side gate on the side of our house? And like a small walkway, like tight walkway. I remember seeing light and it's scaring the shit out of me. And I was probably like 9. And just like being scared and putting the covers over my head. Not knowing what it was. And I don't know if it was somebody trying to get into our house. I don't remember. But there's been multiple times in Stockton where like somebody's chased me. Like I remember me and Alex were walking home from school. And we were going through that plaza by D-Mart. And we were just walking. And Alex was rubbing his hands on the brick wall. And then there was a glass window. And he just rubbed his hands on the brick. And then he let go, right? Just nothing crazy, just normal. And a car came on our right. And there was a dude who started yelling at us. He's like, you guys are the kids that fucking broke my window. And we didn't break shit. So we were like, we didn't break nothing. I don't know what the hell you talking about. He's like, I know it was you guys. I know it was you. I just seen you. I guess he's saying because he seen him rub his hand on the brick. So he thought it was us. And we're like, we didn't take shit, whatever. We didn't break shit. And he's like, I'm calling the police. And he was like reckless driving and shit. And we're like, we don't give a fuck, call the cops. Like, whatever. And then we just kept walking normally. And then me and him were like, what are you going to do? Like, this motherfucker is what is he going to do? He's going to call the cops on us. And Alex is like, once we hit this corner, I don't know if you remember the corner where there was railroad tracks. And he's like, we're going to just run. And we're going to try to like lose him. And he was following us too. He was saying, y'all better not run, whatever. And we were just walking like normal. And as soon as we hit that corner, we just took off. Full blast. And then we were cutting into houses and shit, trying to get away. And then we ended up losing him. But that motherfucker...
He followed you to the train tracks or no?
He followed us on that first turn, but we eventually got away, or he stopped looking for us like that, but we lost him. But I'm like, yeah, shit. In Stockton, is shit more likely to happen. And I'm like, that's why it doesn't... Like, I don't remember being scared like that. Because when I see the fear in my niece, I don't remember having that same fear. So where it goes throughout 2-3 days.
No, you forget about that shit.
You forget about this shit
You
quick.
forget that shit about like an hour later. It's just during you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
oh,
this
fuck,
shit's
oh,
scary.
But
Oh shit. But once you avoid it, you laugh about it.
Yeah, but it's
whatever.
not scary like you're gonna die. It's scary like you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of scared. You're not really thinking this dude's gonna kill me. You never thought this guy, I'm gonna die right here. Never.
No.
It was just like, fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble. That's it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, but then again, she's a girl too, though.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't
I
know.
think like every that's fearful for anyone.
Yeah, but it's like this type of shit is gonna happen to anybody, everybody.
Somebody
Everybody
being
goes through
outside to
shit.
me is not scary. Somebody trying to break in will raise the blood pressure. Especially if you catch it like last minute, you're sleeping and shit, chilling, and then you hear a noise, and then you look in your cameras and you see somebody actively trying to break in. That shit would put me on high alert. Oh, what the heck? And it would take a second, like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And maybe then I'll probably like that's when you get a little nervous or whatever. But from somebody being outside, especially like they caught it, like it's not like they were sleeping. I think that's worse. If you're sleeping and get woken up for some shit, that's way worse than you just chilling and then you catch it.
Yeah, but it's like a good wake up call type thing. You gotta realize that this type of shit happens to everyone.
Eventually, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna,
It's like car accidents. The shit, eventually you're gonna be in one. That's how it is. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's just gonna catch you off guard, but you can't let it shake you. You can't just be like, fuck, I'm never gonna, fuck it, I can't get in a car ever again. It's just like, boom, shit happens. So you're gonna have to get back on in the car. You ain't gonna walk everywhere. Shit take too long.
Well, there's been times before where somebody comes in that area, on the front porch and stuff, or just walks by like weirdly.
Yeah, but
the yard.
It's a freaking.
It's a busy ass road, yeah.
Yeah.
But still. But I think like, I never liked that area since when I seen it. I never liked it. I was like, I wouldn't live here. I don't like it. It's too busy here. You need more space. She has a nice backyard and everything, but it just seemed like if that house didn't have neighbors and it was like in a little different area, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that shit changed everything for me. Stockton has changed everything for me on how I see shit. I'm not quick to be like scared or anything like that. Or like, it seems that you can really traumatize my sister's kids. Like there's some shit happen. That's why I'm like not fearful, but I just hope that nothing crazy ever happens, because like they'll probably be traumatized, because I'm like the whole time was funny. All this shit was happening, people making noises, opening the gates in the back, everything. Our nephews were sleeping. Like they didn't wake up for nothing. And my sister was talking. Everybody was awake. Yeah, the little one got up, making the little kid, and he was making noises, everything. These fools didn't care about nothing. They were sleeping hella good, nothing. I'm like, damn, these fools don't wake up for nothing.
Even if you were to wake them up, they'd still be tired. That's because they probably don't.
They don't even know.
Yeah,
because nobody told them, because then they would be scared.
That's why I asked them. You remember when they were leaving?
You asked them what?
I asked them, "Is someone trying to break into your house?" He's like, "A long time ago."
Yeah, because no, they weren't gonna tell them because they're gonna be scared. That's why I was like, man, if some shit was to happen, I want it to happen to me. Out of all of us, like, happen to me. Because it's like, I don't know.
Like robbery?
Anything.
Give me all your shit. I ain't got nothing.
I don't know why. It just seems like, I don't know. It seems like if some shit was to happen, it's meant for me. Like, cause I feel like, I think when you think about, it's not about being the toughest. I just look at innocence. So I'm like my sisters, my family, hella innocent.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not like, it's just like it's not gonna kill you.
Like, you never know.
But I'm saying like it's mentally.
Oh,
it's not gonna be like,
I'll get over it.
You're not gonna be out here fucking.
Like it may be in the moment, like of course, I'm human, so
your teeth aren't.
Shit might catch me off guard.
But your teeth aren't gonna chatter.
Yeah, they're not gonna make that noise.
Yeah, this shit. It's like it's gonna happen. You can deal with it, and it's gonna be that, and that's it. And then the next day, back to the same old you.
Yeah, I think what it's weird because I've been lucky enough to where Like we got all our family and everything. So it's like when I think about like what's the worst feeling you ever felt? Like what comes to mind?
Worst feeling I ever felt.
Well, to me, the obvious one is me when I got old enough and I was able to understand Alex, my little brother, his situation. When I like really like put everything together, because as a kid I didn't really know. So I think that's one of them, but that's just one. What comes to your mind? Nothing?
Worst feeling I ever felt.
You can't think of nothing?
Mm-mm.
I remember when I was working at Clux. Yeah, I was working at Clux, which is like a tree nursery where you plant shit, trees and everything. And we were on break. Then I was eating whatever, and we were just chilling, normal break, normal day. And then I went on the book of the face, and I was just scrolling on there, and that's where I seen that Alex had passed, and I didn't like that shit hit me hard because I didn't understand. I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't, like couldn't. It seems like that I couldn't like what is the word for that?
Like digest it? Or you could.
That's kind of one of the words.
It seemed like make believe type shit.
Like
surreal.
I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know the word for it, but it seems like that. Like I couldn't put it together in my brain. Like it didn't fit, and and I was just like, I stood in silence because I was
Because
just
you're trying
thinking.
to figure out the puzzle of like how they're trying to get you. Like it's not real.
Yeah, and then I was looking. I was whatever. I went through like a couple more. I went to his sister's page, and then I seen it, and I'm like, oh, is she real? And then I remember just like sitting there, and in the truck chilling for like 15 minutes, just thinking. And then I went back to work, and it hit me harder. Like I was hella uncomfortable, and that's something I can't explain. And I remember just sitting there, and I'm like, "Fuck, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here because I don't. It's almost like I couldn't.
It's your brain is not
like
there.
I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but it's like I couldn't
Function?
comprehend everything. Like I don't know how to say it. And I remember just sitting there like dumbfounded, and like I couldn't process what the fuck I was feeling because I never felt that shit before. And I stood there like in silence, and I could tell that my face wasn't the same. And I didn't know because I didn't want people to notice and then start talking to me or nothing like that. I hate that. So I just stood there, and then Robert saw me, and he told me, what the fuck's wrong with you? Something like that. And then I told him, and he's like, he got hella scared. He's like, he thought I was talking about my brother. And I was like, no, the other one. And then he's just like, oh shit, he still felt it. But that's probably like one of the worst feelings I've ever felt.
It's gay because it's your, and then on top of all that, all that thinking, your brain's not there, you're not there, and yet they're expected for you, like you got to perform.
Yeah,
we still need 300 million trees planted right now.
It seems like, I don't know. That's probably the weirdest feeling because even when I go to it, like I go to it now, I still like it's hard for me. Like when to explain it, I can't fully explain it because I don't know. It's still, I get part of that feeling back, and I don't like it. And I remember like I must have done a good job though, because my brother was like, he's like you don't feel shit or what? Like it made me feel like I think from his perspective it was like one of your closest friends just died, and I haven't seen any emotion from you. And then I was like, well, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's nothing. I feel that shit. I feel it. There's nothing I can do though. So then, and it made me feel like for a moment, it made me feel like, oh shit, like what? Like, am I supposed to be like grieving in a certain way? And I'm like, Now, like, I just think everybody's different when it comes to that. And then, like, talking to her sister, that was rough too. Because there was such in a dark moment when I called her, because I tried to get in contact. I was kind of upset because I'm like, people should have hit me up. Not his family, but I'm saying like, because we haven't talked in a while. But I'm saying like the homie should have hit me up. Nobody said nothing. So I felt the way. And then so I reached out through a friend on Snapchat who's close with his sister. And then she gave him my number. And then she called me. So I'm calling her thinking like she's going to be in a messed up state right now, right? Because she just lost her brother. And then I answer the call. She calls me. I answer the call, and she's like in I wouldn't say a good mood, but she's handling it like a champ. And I know she feels it like how I felt it, but even worse, that's her brother than me. But like I expected, like, oh, she's the one that needs to be comforted, and it was almost like she was comforting me. And it's like, and I told her, I was like, I mean, I don't know, like I don't know what to say. Like when we started talking about the funeral arrangements and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go. And then she's like, it's gonna be a closed casket. And I'm like, damn, like that hit me even worse. I'm like, even if I go, I can't even see him. So I'm like, well, I'll do what I can to help. I told her, and if y'all need anything, I'm here, whatever. And said thank you, whatever. But I think when I think of that, that's probably one of the worst feelings. And I'm like, damn, man, it's just like, I know shit's coming.
We're gonna have to eventually experience that firsthand. Everyone's gonna have to experience that.
I think like it's different though, because when I think about his situation, I feel like almost like he got robbed of life. Because nobody deserves to die at 23. You're a baby. Like, but ever since that happened, it changed my perspective on life. Because I'm 28. And if I die tomorrow, I'm blessed. Because I lived them. You know, and that's what everybody views death like, oh, at 80, at 90, or 60, 70. Nobody thinks that shit's around the corner. And I think like, so when I think like that, I'm like, oh, I'm already won. Like, I'm lucky, I'm blessed. Like, and I remember I used to tell you on like everything. I look at life different now. The trees look different to me. Remember that? I talked about it on the podcast. You remember that? No? I don't remember shit. But I think like part of that was like, I don't know, it's weird, it's hard to explain, but it's like it seems like all this phase was the transition from the old me to the new me. Because once I found Christ, it was different. And I felt like that everything was different then. And then it's crazy when I hear other people say the same thing. When people are like, I heard other people's stories and talk about how when they look at the world, they're like, it seems like I'm looking at it for the first time. And I'm like, see, that's the same shit I felt like. And I always appreciated the beauty of the world, especially the clouds. I've always said the clouds is the most beautiful shit I've ever seen. That shit crispy as shit. Like every time I look at it, it's amazing every time.
Outside looks nice. It's tight when you look outside. It looks nice, but only when you haven't gone outside in a while.
No, but everything, like when you look at a storm, that shit looks tight. When you look at the sun come down.
Yeah, when you look at the moon.
Yeah, when you look at when you really just gaze at the moon, you look at the stars.
Everything, all that shit, all the nature shit looks tight. But it looks even tighter when you haven't seen it in a while. Like when you used to go to Mississippi, and how you said that you went in when it's dark and you came out when it's dark.
Yeah.
The days that you actually seen the trees and shit and the wind and all that, you're like, oh shit, she looks tight because you haven't seen it in a while.
I know that shit goes by, but it's like it. That's why I say on like life's perspective on what you appreciate.
I know it's tight, like living's tight. That's why I rather, like, you know how we were talking about know when. I rather know when than how.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of shit's happened, but it's like I feel like it's making me smarter. Because I feel like if I didn't go through certain shit, I wouldn't be able to appreciate life. Before I felt like the happiness was in the future. It would come in the future. But when you live like that, you'll never get it. You have to find it right now. It's here already.
For you?
For everyone.
Oh.
And I would obviously say God, but if you're not religious or whatever, for them, it's here. It's here already.
Where is it though? How can one find one? Or find it, I mean.
Without God?
Yeah. Like, where do you get a map at?
It's yourself. You got to ask yourself, what do you love? And do more of that.
Drugs.
Well, not drugs. But I'm saying, like, there's common thing. Everybody loves food. Right? There's a lot of things that people say, like,
some people are
you can't
weird,
be
though.
sad and eat at the same time. Like, your favorite food?
Yeah, I've asked people, like, what's your favorite food? And they say they don't have one. They lie to eat anything. And I'm like, how the hell is that even possible? They must have not actually, people who don't have a favorite food have not tried many foods.
Or it's weird with me when I hear people say, I don't have a favorite genre or music. I don't even listen to music.
That's weird.
That's like almost you have a dead soul.
Like how you not like, and then there's people who like driving like home or to work in dead silence.
I mean, I do that sometimes. Because I'm a thinker, though. I'm not in silence because my thoughts don't leave me alone.
No, I don't like doing that.
I do that sometimes because I like to think.
I don't know. People like to think. I don't like to think.
I like to think, and I think a lot. Maybe too much.
No, even at nighttime, I can't. If there's too much, if there's silence, that's when your brain starts talking to you and shit, telling you all kinds of shit.
So you're trying to run from that motherfucker?
I don't want to hear that motherfucker.
Why
all
not?
I want to do is because then you start too much thinking, especially in the morning. That's too much work.
But you got to convert them. That inner voice. Because what is that inner voice?
I don't know.
I was thinking about that the other day when I was reading my Bible. I was reading my Bible in my head. And it made me remind me of like, okay, like, what is this voice? How do I hear it in my head? What is this? But it's me, right? Is that like my soul? Or what is that speaking to me? It's a weird
I don't know, but
thing.
motherfucker annoying sometimes.
You got to convert them.
trying to go to sleep. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to go to sleep. Stop thinking about, do you think that this food tastes good?
The heck?
Like, I don't give a fuck right now.
I think like I've been able to, what is it called? Adjust that motherfucker to my liking.
Yeah, but when you mean adjust him, you mean just for him to spew out certain positive shit like that?
Spew out the stuff that I like instead of that person. Because it seems like the inner voice for a lot of people is always negative. It's always negative.
Yeah, but I'm not really trying to convert him into either way. Like whatever. I'm just trying to make him be quiet.
But you have to though. But see, that's the same thing. You're trying to adjust.
No, but it's not like he's saying shit that is negative.
But it doesn't matter. You're still
I just want to go to sleep.
But you have no control.
No, it's just that motherfucker.
And you want a level of control. That's an adjustment.
Your brain wants to start working when there's silence. For whatever reason, silence for your brain means go time, go time, go time. I'm trying to go to sleep, homie. Shut the fuck up.
My brain keeps thinking. Sometimes I can't go to sleep.
That's why you got to put some type of like video on the
But it'd be
background.
good as thoughts sometimes. Let's lead into songs or.
Now, that's different. But for me, that shit doesn't lead to shit. Just it leads to fucking sleep deprivation,
Yeah.
and it's like a waste of time. Interested in like the weirdest things at 1 a.m. Hey, what do you think about the Alaskan forest? And like look up videos of people surviving in their truck.
Like, yeah, but like when I think about it, right? Well, it seems like you don't have a problem with your inner voice or whatever it is feeding you negative thoughts. Is you just have a problem with it? Just you want peace, right?
Yeah, he's super curious
But
about shit that I don't really care about right now.
But the majority of people, I feel like that inner voice is negative, and it's telling them a bunch of negative shit, right? And it's like if your brain is telling you that, people say like you recycle your thoughts. Like if 80% of your thoughts are negative, tomorrow you're gonna have the same thoughts, like 80% of them again. So you have to slowly change that. My thing all the time, like, and it's tight now because it's almost like I program my brain in a certain way. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, I'm alive, I'm good. I'm happy automatically. I start off my day good. I'm alive, I'm good, I'm here. So it's like, and it just comes to me. Like first thing that's when it comes to me. I wake up, I'm alive, whatever. Thank God real quick, and then I could go on my way. And it's just natural. And I don't even have to think about it. If my brain thinks, hey, wait, be thankful, motherfucker. My brain tells me that. Because you're alive.
My brain tells me, you go back to sleep. You're tired. And I say, fuck, I gotta go to work. That's all that my brain says. And then there's like 2 more minutes. Just chill. They ain't even gonna notice. Just chill. And then I get up and I go to the bathroom and it's occupied and I'm like, fuck.
And you think there's something that we that humans can invent to get over that? That weird phase of when you wake up, you don't want to wake up, like that short 10, 15 minutes, if you could skip it, where it's just like a real alarm. It just hits and then
it's just because you're not getting enough sleep. That's what it is for me. You're going to sleep late and waking up early, and you're like, fuck, tonight I'm going to sleep for sure early, and you never do.
Yeah, it seems like we don't value sleep only when you're deprived.
I know that, but like if it's a weekend, like if you know you ain't gotta do shit, and you wake up, sometimes you still wake up early at the same time you would have if you had to go to work, and you're good. Just the fact you know you don't have to work, your brain doesn't drag.
Yeah, so I think that has a part of it.
Like you're like,
it's almost like it reminds me of going to school, right? You'll wake up all sluggish, and then you realize it's a snow day, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going back to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm good now. I'm good
you
already.
Just get on the game and you're like, yeah, hell yeah.
And you're chilling.
Yeah, but it's like something about when your body knows it's gonna do something that it doesn't want to do, it drags. But when you get up and it's something that you want to do, you're excited for, yeah, you're up and going.
You're up and ready to go. And I'm like, what? So are we in a constant battle with our what? Our what? How the fuck are we fighting ourselves? Seems like you have the steering wheel. You're in control.
Yeah, but it's like you're in control, so you still get up and do it. But just the fact that your body's saying like, I don't want to do this shit. It's you really saying, I don't want to do this shit. But eventually you overpower that and you just go do it because you know it has to get done.
Yeah, now that I think about it, because I talk about how like I changed my thoughts or whatever, my inner voice or whatever. I'm realizing that I learned to love myself, and I realize that now I'm trying to learn how to love others. Because remember, I would tell you like, we need to start hugging our mom or dad, whatever. And I know you've been doing it, but I haven't been doing it. Even though it was my idea.
It's not that big deal.
It's not, but because you've done it, what, over 100 times now? But see, how does it feel now from the first one to the 100th one?
It's a little easier.
Yeah.
It's not as awkward.
See, so it seems like we gotta break shit.
It's not as awkward. It was more awkward for my dad, but I remember one time, just because it's weird for men to be hugging men, it just seems weird. But
I don't think it's weird because that's our dad. I think
no, I know.
just think
That's what I kept telling myself, but it's weird because I like hugging dudes just seems weird, right? But it's like, it's your dad. Why does it feel weird to hug your dad? But that's why I'm like, just do it. Who cares? But I remember one time I hugged my mom, and I said it was early on when I started doing this shit. I hugged my mom, and I told her bye or whatever, and then I didn't hug my dad. And when I left, I'm like, why'd you do that? It's fucked up. How you gonna hug your mom and not hug your dad? And then I'm like, and I remember I caught myself early on thinking that while I was walking out the door, but because it was weird to like
come back in,
I didn't do it. So I'm like, oh yeah, that will never happen again. So then I just, if they're in the same room, then they're gonna both.
You still do it? It seems like I'm more able to live in the moment. And I mean, like, damn, like, whatever I've got, I want people to feel that, because it seems like I'm here. And it's hella tight because it seems like I'm here now, and all the times that I'm like, damn, like I couldn't enjoy the moment. It seems like my head was in my thoughts instead of being here. Now I'm here, and being here is tight. I could see when I take the kids to the park, I can see how much fun they're having, especially the little one. And even though it's like, I don't really want to go to the park, but when I see how much he enjoys it, it like gives me the enjoyment from that. Cause I see this dude having hella fun. And it's like, I always think about like, damn, I want to help give our nieces and nephews the best childhood ever. It's almost like you're kind of like, even though I feel like I had an amazing childhood, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. For $1 million, nothing like that. To be a rich kid, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. My shit was perfect. It was everything I needed, because if I didn't have that, I couldn't be me.
Well, I'd trade it.
And I feel like I already done, like, I'm not curious on experimenting or doing bad shit. I already did that. So I'm just here cooling now, chilling. I feel like everything worked out perfect because I have an excuse. I was a kid. As a man, I ain't on no fuck shit. As a kid, I was on that dumb shit. But that makes sense. Huh. There's people who are men and are still doing dumb shit. They were kids, they were still doing dumb shit. And there's people who are in their 60s still doing dumb shit for no reason. So my shit just played out perfectly. Like, dumb shit, I got smarter, slowed the fuck down, and then I stopped that bullshit. Now I'm here chilling, living my life. Thank you for listening to the AB podcast. You can follow us in the links below. All our social medias are linked there. If you want to buy some merch, the merch that we're usually wearing in the podcast, you can buy it as well. The link will be below.